Welcome back to another episode of Living Purposely on Purpose with Coach Lin, the weekly podcast where faith, mindset, and real life experience help you to break through barriers and live the life that God designed for you. Each episode, we dive into powerful conversations about purpose, relationships, resilience, and personal growth so you can be inspired to live with intention. I want you to subscribe and join us on this transformative journey every single week. And if this is your first time here, welcome to the podcast. And I am so happy that you have decided to stay and enjoy each and every single conversation. Thank you so much. With an incredible entrepreneur. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with an incredible entrepreneur who has mastered the art of digital strategy and content creation. I want you to meet Sara. She's a wife, a mom of three, and a powerhouse on the online business world. Sara's journey is nothing short of inspiring. She started her career in electrical engineering, working in the field for a decade before making a bold pivot into entrepreneurship. Now she's a content strategist, copywriter, and digital marketing expert who helps businesses refine their brand's voice, dial in their messaging, and create a high converting content that stands out in a crowded online space. With over 10 years of experience in the digital economy, Sara has seen it all: the good, the bad, and the downright chaotic. She leads a talented team offering end-to-end services like funnel design, website development, copywriting, social media, ghostwriting, and branding. Whether she's crafting the perfect sales page or building a brand from the ground up, her mission is clear: to help businesses connect authentically with their audience and drive real results. From Pakistan to the global stage, Sara has built a thriving business that blends strategy, creativity, and conversion focused content. I can't wait to dive into her journey, insights, and expert tips. So let's get into it. Let's welcome Sara to the pod. Hi again, Sara. How are you? I'm so glad that you were able to join us today, all the way from Pakistan. How are you doing today?
I'm great and doing good. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's been, a rough morning, but with God's grace, I have completed all that I needed to do prior to us being here today. So I'm thankful.
So you are on top of everything. That's great.
Awesome. So I wanted to get into asking you. I mentioned in the intro that you originally started with electrical engineering, correct?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So what inspired you to make that switch from engineering to entrepreneurship and content strategy?
Actually, I'm the type of the person that goes with the flow. So whenever life throws a situation at me, I try to make the best out of that. So I was happy engineer working in corporate for some time. Then I got married and I had to move to a far off place. And there we have very limited, you can say, opportunities to work. And I was expecting my first child, so I preferred to stay at home. And during that time, I felt that I'm wasting myself just being at home and just being lazy around. So I started exploring different things that I can do that are not very taxing, because I was already doing some digital work, but that was related to coding and providing coding services and other electrical engineering related services. But they required a lot of time, a lot of focus, and a lot of strength. So I wanted something that's not that much intensive. So I tried multiple things in the before coming to copywriting. I started two businesses. One was really successful. I flipped that after a few years, and one was not very successful. So I learned along the way. And after hit and trials of about 3 to 4 years, I finally landed on copywriting.
I
And
see.
while doing copywriting, I found that copywriting is not just one chunk. You have to have knowledge of the whole thing, that how marketing works, why a copy should convert, and why what are the key factors that make a copy good copy, and it converts, and it persuades, or it helps people make their buying decision. So I read about the human psychology and what goes behind all that. And so I started also developing a strategy for writing the copy, so that nobody else has to tell me that what you have to write. I have to do it myself. And then
I
I
see.
gave some strategy sessions to few entrepreneurs, and I started developing strategy, so that copywriting got me into content strategy as well.
Okay. So I see the progression. You were basically doing the engineering for a while, and then something occurred which made you have to relocate to a basically a more rural type of destination, right? And because of that, your mind was like, hello, I'm not just going to sit around and be lazy and not do anything. I'm used to being productive. I'm used
Yeah.
to making myself useful. So, in that mindset, you said, you know what, let me try some other things. Let me see what I already have skills to do. And you started to branch out into the world of entrepreneurship, really, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So in the process, I know entrepreneurs, like they sometimes they can start something, it doesn't work, and they become, they might become despondent, like, oh, I can't be successful, it didn't work. But you said you tried several different ways, several different things, and then you hit on something that not only felt good, but you were also good at, and it was becoming successful. When did that mind now say, you know what? I'm not just going to do this just as an off chance, as a side gig. I'm going to turn this into my own business, right? Where I
Yeah.
have people that's under me that I am now investing to build to give them also an income. What was that defining moment when you realized that you wanted to do this and build your business and your brand on such a scale?
Actually, once you are used to earning for yourself, it gets really difficult to depend on someone. So I was earning well when I was an engineer. I was working in corporate sector. I was earning well. I was managing my expenses and everything. So it was going well. But when I left the job, although my husband is really supportive and I respect him for that, but the thing that I am now dependent on someone was something that was pinching me. And I felt that I had a better purpose than just washing dishes and doing all things. No, I'm not saying that these are not good things. These are the necessary skills. You have to do that, whether you are working or you are not working. It doesn't depend on that. But these things should not define you. There
Yes.
should be some you should must be able to at least give yourself strength to rise above that. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to do something beyond that.
Okay.
So
All right.
when I started entrepreneurship, yes, and entrepreneurship is tough. You do face challenges, and there are a lot of ups and downs, and especially when you are starting out. Because I was starting back in the time, it was 2015 and 16. The YouTube didn't have a lot of videos, and there was very limited knowledge. People who were doing were not very open. They don't used to tell their secrets to everyone. So it was more of a hit and trial, and I
Yeah,
failed and I felt disappointed. But this is one thing that I will say that I inherited from my mom, that the setbacks never put me back.
that's right. I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
yeah every setback does
It
give
was
me
just
some
set up for a comeback.
yeah, every setback does give me some lesson, but I do come back stronger.
That's right. I feel like a lot of people miss out on understanding that failure is only a failure if you actually give up. As long as you keep trying, you have not failed. You've actually just learned something new and what not to do. That's also, progress. If you
Yeah.
just learn what not to do. And then if you think about it, right? I think it was Einstein who developed the light bulb. Well, don't quote me on that.
No,
I know that's what
Edison.
they say, right? Einstein, right? So, um,
Edison.
right. So he had done like 1,000. They said that he had tried to make like 1,000 or some number of light bulbs before he actually hit the one that actually worked. So if he imagine if he had given up on 999. Sometimes you just gotta believe that what you're doing is going to work and do it long enough to gain what you need to gain from it to actually gain success. And it seems like that's what you're saying that you actually did. So I appreciate you sharing that, right?
Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you.
guess one of the other questions that I have is, when you transition from being in corporate world to now having your own business, what are some hurdles that you actually face that you can share with us? What are one or two hurdles that you faced in doing that?
Actually, the major hurdle was mindset. When we are working for someone else, especially in corporate world, we are not owning the whole organization or everything. We are not. We are just responsible for our work. So it was pretty easy to go. Okay, if I have done my work and my coworker hasn't done that, then I can simply say that I submitted my work on time and the project is late because of these things. But in entrepreneurship, you have to take responsibility of each and everything. When you are starting out, you don't have any partners, you don't have any staff or anything. I started off as a solopreneur, and I didn't know how things work, so I explored things on the go. What happens is that I faced a challenge and I didn't know how to tackle that challenge, or if there is some issue I have with a client has is not sending me payment on time. I have bills to pay and I have to find out how I can do that. For the next time, I would ask clients to pay me 50% in advance so that there is some security for me as well. So there are a lot of hurdles that occurred initially, and I found their solutions on the go. I used to one thing is that I am very good at networking. I have a lot of friends in digital world. So what I really do is that I never hesitate to ask for guidance or help. Whenever I'm stuck, I just post is that I'm stuck here, I don't know what to do. If anybody has been in the similar situation, if he or she can guide me, I will be really good. And second thing is that I have never hesitated to pay someone for their services. There are times people most of the time, when what I have felt that when you are starting out, you don't have enough money to spend on all the things. So try to remain within the budget, so we don't pay where we should pay, or we don't pay for guidance, or we don't pay for mentorship. What I really did was, if someone knows that this person knows how to do this thing and he's not telling me, or he's a bit reluctant, I would just simply offer him, okay, I will pay for your time. If we can get on a call for 1 hour, you just spill the beans and I will make notes. So that's how things became comparatively easier for me, but they were not as easier as they look. Everybody has different.
Ah, so much nuggets just from that alone. I'm sure even new people that's starting to go into the world of entrepreneurship can gain so much from what you just shared. So you've been in the digital economy now for over a decade, right? What are some of the biggest shifts that you've seen in online business and marketing?
um, when I was starting out back in 2013, when I first started my first venture, or first I jumped into the online world, at that time there were not very much competition. There was not a lot of competition, especially from Asian countries. So this the online or gig economy was not very well established. So you can get projects pretty easily. And even I think that I have, as an engineer, I have worked for some big companies that I didn't know at that time that they are that big, because I got some projects from an Australian company through a blog post. There was a blog post I used to comment on that blog post, and I never know, and they someone reached out through to me that we want you to do this, and I did that. But later, after 4 or 5 years, I realized that it was a big electrical supply company in Australia. So at that time, it was because it was just starting out, and if you were knowledgeable, things will work your way. But over the years, the gig economy has grown a lot, And what happened is that there is a lot of competition out there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of low priced workers as well, and the clients can always get some better priced worker, but you should be confident in your abilities, that even though can get low priced, but they won't be getting and the quality that you are providing. Low
Right.
price means low quality.
I
So
get that.
the competition has increased. Secondly, there are more opportunities, in the sense that now more hirers are opting for remote workers.
Yeah, that's true.
Before COVID, it was everything was on site. Remote workers was just a fancy concept,
Yeah.
but it's not anymore now. After
Not
COVID, the
anymore.
things have changed drastically, so there are more opportunities in every domain and in every niche.
Awesome. That's so true. And I find that even for myself, as a life coach, I'm a life purpose coach, as you know, there is a lot of people that are coaching now. And it's hard sometimes to get my voice out there for people to see that I am I'm a coach, but you get so much difference with me than you probably would with someone else. So yeah, you might be able to find someone that has a lower price, but the quality of what you're getting and the transformation that you'll get with me, you might not necessarily get with someone else. So it's definitely good that you know who you are, you know what your value is, so that you don't base your prices on what others are doing out there as well. I agree. So many entrepreneurs, they struggle with defining their own brand voice. I know I did for a while as well. What are some key mistakes that businesses make when it comes to tone and messaging?
Actually, to be honest, I also struggled for quite some time finding my voice and how I should be presenting myself in the online world. Although I'm a copywriter, but there are a lot of things that are going into this thing, and most of I think everybody struggles initially finding their voice, unless and until someone is really confident about what they want, because business is it's like a journey. Entrepreneurship is a journey, and in each step of the journey you discover a new thing about yourself, a new thing about the business, and a new thing that defines you or your business. So you need to upgrade, or you need to update your messaging accordingly. So there are a few things, but one must be careful of when defining your brand voice or your tone of your messaging, is that who are your ideal customers. This is very important. It should not be a very broad category. You should define one persona, and your each and every message should be addressed to that particular persona. Let's say, okay, I'm saying that if I'm a life coach, I want to coach, and I'm doing trauma informed coaching. So my target audience will be a 20 to 40-year old female. Let's say she's 30 years old female who has been in an abusive relationship. So she has a fear in back of her mind that my next relationship will be similar. So that's why she is hesitant to move forward with any opportunity that is presented to her. Now, I have typical person in my mind. Whatever I will write or whatever I will speak will be for that typical person. And all those who can relate to that person will relate to my messaging. That's one thing, that your ICP should be very clear and very well defined.
Yes.
Secondly, you should be clear about your ethical values and your goals, and what transformation you are going to bring, what value you are going to provide to your clients. You should be clear about these things, because if your offer is not great, just great messaging cannot sell that, and great messaging will not cover the loopholes of your offer. So you need to create a solid offer, and a solid offer is something that is required by, or that is needed by your ICP.
Got it. I hope you guys are taking notes. She's giving some good ones.
Uh, yeah,
So
sure, taking notes
thank
before I make
you
it
for
paid.
sharing that. Yeah, because you have to be clear on the message and you have to be clear on who you're speaking to, and you have to be clear on the transformation that they will receive. And those things is going to attract to you the right target audience that you're actually able to help. Absolutely.
Uh, yeah, and thirdly, the most important thing is you just be authentic. Don't try to copy someone. Don't try to copy someone's style. You are an individual human being. You have your own way of thinking. You have your own way of speaking, and you have your own way of dealing with things. Just be as authentic as you can, and
Absolutely.
this beats everything because if when you are being authentic, you are being human, and we humans like to interact with other humans, not the clones of others. So
That's right. That's right. Be your own individual, unique person. And that's why I think, purpose is so important to me because I used to didn't have a particular niche initially. I was just a master life coach. So I had people coming to me for goal setting, relationships, if they need help with life purpose as well, or they had trauma issues that they were dealing with. And so initially I had all these different people coming to me, and I love that, but I had to kind of niche down to what felt more authentic to me, what brought me more joy, and what I felt people actually needed in order to help them in those different areas, because we were attacking all these different things. But to me, the focal point was if you were able to find your purpose and what you were supposed to be and what God created you to be, you would have an understanding in the relationships that you need to have, in the goals that you need to pursue, in how to deal with the trauma that's been in your past. So then I had to form all of those different things and how to help people under the brand now of life purpose coaching. So now
exactly.
that is my focus, because I know if you can get that right and you can get more in tune and align with that, you're going to find that all those other pieces naturally come together. And I feel
Exactly.
like that's what happened to you. You were doing electrical engineering, and that was great. It made you monetary value, but your passion, what gave you joy, what made you, successful in this arena that you branched out into, was your passion and you finding your purpose as well.
Exactly, and I didn't knew I used to love to write and read, and I was too much into poetry and everything, literature, but never thought that it could pay me. It was just a hobby for me. But when I eventually realized that whatever I do for one, I can use do for fun, I can use it to earn, then that was the turning point. That was the light bulb moment for me, that okay, if I put in more effort, if I learn it, if I learn this skill, if I fine tune my writing, if I learn the sales psychology, I can make it work for me.
Absolutely. So, in your opinion, what separates great copywriting from just good enough copywriting?
Okay, I haven't reached to the great level as yet. I believe I'm still a work in progress. So, a great copywriter are the masters of their craft. They are not just copywriter; they are great marketers.
Marketers, awesome.
Yeah, they know everything about marketing, not just copywriting. They know how what what should be the hook, why this hook or why this starting line will lure reader in to read the whole thing, and what should be said at every point, at every step, that is purposeful, and it will drive to one singular thing, that's uh, taking client to take the action, taking reader to take the action. So they know that a good copy doesn't, or you can say the great copy doesn't have any fluff, doesn't have any fake promises, doesn't have any hi-fi claims. It's just truth, but wrapped up in such a beautiful manner that you, while reading every sentence, you say, "Okay, that's me, that's me, that's me. Yes, I want this, I want this," and in the end, you just can't resist but buy it.
Got it. Whew, I need some of that. So, for businesses trying to improve their conversions, what's the number one content change that they should make today?
Okay, well, number one, actually, it depends upon what type of business is this. What type of the business is this? What's their niche? What's the market awareness level for their business, and at what level they are operating? There are a lot of moving factors in this, so I can't comment absolutely that one content change they should make. But one thing is that they should make their content more reader friendly, and it should be there is no shame in selling openly, but you should not be pushing anyone. Your sales should sound very natural, and when you are providing a solution to a problem, sales will come automatically. So businesses should focus on developing the solutions for the problems that are existing in their target audience life. When
Ah,
you are solving the problems, you are helping them overcome some challenges or obstacles, they will eventually buy from you. Then you don't have to make big fat claims to
got it.
sell your products.
Awesome. So let's just pivot a little bit right now because we've talked a lot about your business and all of that. But I hear the children, so I want to kind of get into, how do you juggle business, marriage, being a mother, and all of that? How do you balance all of that? And what's your approach to maintaining those boundaries between work and your personal life?
To be very honest, I'm not very good at balancing, and I also believe after being in this situation for 10 years, I believe that work-life balance is a myth. Some days it's all work, some days it's all personal life. So it's balancing is sort of a myth. The balancing, in my opinion, is something that everything goes good. There is no there is no disharmony among the things, and the days when you are focusing more on work, you can compensate for that by focusing more on kids some other days. So it's like this, that some days you are at this level, some days you are at this level. So that's how my things work. I have not defined exact boundaries, because when you are working from home, it's like that you are working in the kitchen, you are available for everyone, anyone can call you. They won't say that you are in the meeting or anything. So there are only few things that I have defined, is that if I have a deadline, then I'm a monster, not a mom.
I love that.
Then I'm a monster, and I'm just not listening to anything. They are fighting, they want something, it's their responsibility to get it done. I have to get my deadline done.
Got
And
you.
when it's family time, it's 8 p.m., past 8 p.m., I will not go for work thing unless and until it's something very urgent and something that has to be done. I will close my laptop, I will shut down my laptop around 8:15 p.m., and after that I will be available for my kids. Generally
I
I do it before that, but that's the maximum or the upper limit, that after 8 p.m. my nights should be free, so that I can put my kids to bed. They know that their mom is here, I can spend some time with my spouse, and we can have some quality time, because there is no point in working if I can't have a happy family life.
So true. So true. And I appreciate you right now because you gave me a schedule and I know I am impeding on that schedule even right now because you said 9 p.m. and it's 9 p.m. right now in Pakistan. It's not, it's after 11 here in New York where I'm at. So I appreciate you so much. I'm like, you made time for this and that warms me and just gives me so much respect for you that you value what we're trying to do here so much. So thank you for
Thank
that.
you. And I really like talking to you. And I told you that I really love talking to you. So it's not a favor to myself that I'm your own podcast. Thank you for inviting me. I'm really enjoying talking to you.
Awesome. Awesome. So I have a few more questions around that. So what's one, because I'm about mindset all the time based on our discussions, right? I love mindset. I love talking about it because it helps us to get to the next level in what we need to do. So what's one mindset shift hack that has helped you to stay focused while managing these multiple different roles that you do?
Actually, when we are starting out, I used to get panic at every little thing. Whenever something goes out of norm or doesn't go as per my planning, I used to just get anxious, and anxiety was all over me. But eventually I realized that this is not the way things should be managed. These things are a part of life. Even if you are working in an office job or a remote job, or you're doing it for yourself, things never go as per plan. Life loves to throw curveballs towards you. So you must be ready for such situations, and there should be a plan B,
Yes.
although not instantly with you. But once something is going beyond your control, you can take a few moments out of that situation, go out somewhere, take the deep breath, and think that what I can do to make it right. And if you can't do anything to make it right, just accept it, that you are not in control of the situation. And there is no harm in, if it's some client work, you can just tell the client these things, because I have done that. And believe me, we think that they will panic or something like this, but they are humans. They understand our limitations and capabilities, and limited capability in managing things. So there are, most of the times I have got some really lovely clients that totally understood my situation and gave me the grace of being human. And later on, with some more time, I rectified the thing. So it's just that there is no point in panicking around, because being in a panic state doesn't give you the solution. You
That's
have to think through the solution.
yes. Being
Yeah.
a panic state actually blocks the solution because you're not able to properly focus or see what the problem is and how you can navigate it and pivot through it. So absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have an anxiety prone personality, so I used to get anxious very quickly.
Yeah.
And when I used to get anxious, I used to get angry, and there were tantrums and all that thing. But then I realized that, and when I used to get anxious, the time span or the mess used to be more than the required. It used to increase because I was unable to think through it. I was unable to manage it. So I was wasting a lot of time in being anxious, and just uh, being cranky, that why it's like this, and things were not getting my way. So I realized that I have to tackle them some other way.
Awesome. Well, I hope someone who's dealing with that same issue right now get that that's actually the wrong approach because it doesn't help what you're trying to do. It actually makes it more stressful and convoluted in order to get you to the space where you actually need to be. So, absolutely. So, has being a mom influenced how you approach business and, being a leader in the home and stuff like that?
Okay, sorry, can you repeat your question?
Has being a mom influenced how you approach, your duties as a leader, as well as how you approach your business? Has being a mom influenced that in any way?
Yeah, being a mom changed me a lot. Being a mom changed me totally. I say that kids make you learn patience. We make kids learn different things, but kids make you learn patience. Kids make you patient. So kids taught me patience,
Yes,
and being patient helped me a lot to grow in different directions. And secondly, whatever I'm doing for it for my kids, so that they see their mom as a human being who is has a purpose. She is not spending a purposeless life. She has a purpose, and she's managing different things despite being uncomfortable at times, despite being not able to be on top of everything. She is trying to make things work.
that's right.
And because kids mostly learn from by seeing, not by what we keep on telling them. So
That's
I
so
wanted to be an
true.
example for them, that there is no shame in working hard. If you are low on finances, you have to work hard to make things work for you. So
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So I know that you mentioned that you've seen the good. you've seen the bad and the ugly in this online world. Can you share like a particular tough experience that you had that you faced in this industry that, actually was able to, how you was able to overcome it?
When I was starting out, I got a project from Upwork, and the person said that, okay, let's move outside the Upwork, and I will pay you because Upwork deducts a certain amount, and you will get the whole amount. And it was very lucrative offer for me, being a just a beginner. So I said, okay, I will. I just gave him my email ID, and we started conversing on email, and I started working for him. I worked for him for one whole month, and after that he just disappeared. He didn't pay me for the 1 month,
Oh,
and I put in a lot of effort, and he was just offering me peanuts, but I thought that, okay, this will give me experience and all that thing. So I put a lot of time and effort and everything, but when I told him to pay me, I gave him my account, he just blocked me from everywhere. And I was so naive. I haven't had his anything. I couldn't even find him on the internet at that time,
oh,
and I was so disappointed that for 1 or 2 months I stopped working. I was like, okay, then what's the point of working if I'm not earning? Why I'm just putting in hours and not getting anything out of it? But then I realized that I was also a mistake, that I shouldn't have left the platform. At
yeah,
least the platform give me surety that I will be get paid. So and there are a few other similar instances as well where I have been denied of my due right, but I think those things are a part of my journey. They shaped me, they helped me grow, and they helped me to learn that this world is not as innocent as it looks.
yeah. Well, I can tell you that I did that as well. Not the running off part. I hired someone from Upwork to help me. And, we moved off of Upwork because it was like you said, they take a certain fee from the person, and she lives in Africa. So I was like, you know what, no worries. We can go to this route. We exchange emails, we exchange phone numbers. I contacted her on WhatsApp, and I was so like adamant, like, you're getting paid the same way you got paid on Upwork every Monday. I sent her. It wasn't like the whole month. No, she worked a week. I paid her for that week. She worked another week. I paid her for that week. And we did that for a good 4 months. She was amazing. She helped me with so much different things because, like you said, sometimes I was new at, like, I'm not very tech savvy, so I needed that help, and she definitely helped me with a lot of content creation and stuff like that. And I'm just ashamed that someone would do that to you. That's so horrible. Like, whoever did that, God, I pray God convict you and make you understand that that is not how you deal with people on any level. And you reap what you sow. Like, if you sow those type of things for your business, trust me, your business is not going to grow. If you're trying to build something and you hire someone, imagine someone hires you and do that to you. That's not fair. And I hate that that happened to you, Sarah. Like, no. On That's a no-no. Like, efficacy, we have to have ethics, right? And when we're doing things. And that's why I tell you, the people that gravitate to me, they know my heart, they know who I am. And I've met amazing people because of the energy that I have. So it's unfortunate that happened, but I'm glad that you learned from it and was able to pivot from it and not allow it to, bring you to a space where you completely gave up your goal and your passion and your purpose.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But this in this world, there are all sorts of people, so you can't blame anyone. And maybe I don't know if he did that on purpose, or it was some mishap or something. So I just forgave that person, and I have moved forward because that was just one odd instant. And I have met some beautiful souls over on in this digital journey. So I would like to cherish those souls instead of just sticking to that few horrible experiences.
absolutely. I interviewed someone last week, and he's an entrepreneur, very successful, and he's traveled to so many different places. He was telling me Dubai and Ethiopia and Egypt and all these different countries. And he said the one thing that he learned was that there are more good people in the world than there are bad. And I was like, praise God for that, because sometimes the way the world is, you really feel like there's a lot of bad people, but there's really more good than bad. So definitely, I agree with you. Focus on the good. Focus on the good.
Exactly.
So, with the AI tools becoming more common in content creation, what's your perspective on balancing AI generated content with actually authentic human writing?
Actually, I simply love AI tools. When AI was when AI came first time in the mainstream back in late 2023 to early 2024, and I was like every other writer, I was afraid that AI will replace me. But over the years, I have over the time I have used AI in my work. Now I think that AI is just a tool. It's here to make you more efficient, do the things more quickly, and if you leverage it in the right manner, you can do a whole month, a work of whole month in just few hours. So I'm just enjoying it, and AI is not going to replace me. It's just that if you know how to prompt it correctly, it's just like any other tool, any other vehicle, like a car. If you know how to drive correctly, if you know where is the gear and where is the brake and where is the steering, if you know it, you will perform better than the other writers, because you know how to leverage the added advantage of AI.
Mm,
So you just have to prompt it correctly. You just have to give it the right context, and boom, it can write for you. You have to give it your voice, your tone, your style, and it can replicate that. So AI is a blessing.
awesome. Well, thank you for that. Um, I haven't really used AI much, but I'm trying to figure out how to use it right now because everyone keeps telling me about it. So I'm like, I need to probably get a course on how to use it and how to make proper prompts, I guess.
I
But
will teach you
definitely,
because I'm currently learning AI. I'm enrolled in a course, and they are telling a lot about the in-depth prompting and different prompting techniques. And I have, after putting those in practice, I have seen that my output, AI output, has been much better than the previous one. And I have been using AI for different copywriting projects for my clients, and they are really happy with that. So there
awesome.
is nothing wrong with the AI. It's just that you have to fine tune it. You have to give it the human perspective. You have to give it the human touch by refining it, by taking something that's off, that doesn't sound natural. So humans have to edit it, but the basic structure, the basic format comes from the AI. Humans do have to use their creativity, use their intelligence to refine it. So it's just like that. You have got this like industrial revolution. You got the industries, everybody was saying that okay, now humans are going out of labor, humans are going out of labor. But industrial revolution, what industrial revolution did, it just did that it expanded the economies, it
Yes,
built more opportunities for you. So that's AI revolution, is kind of same thing. It's
true.
just creating more opportunities, but in a different direction, in a different you can say in a parallel universe, you can say.
Yeah.
So you have to make yourself capable of utilizing or grabbing those opportunities by
Oh,
learning how to use this tool.
I guess I have to learn then. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I will teach you after this podcast.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to be wrapping up in a few. Let you get back to those kitties, but I do have a few last questions for you. What has
Sure.
it been like running an international business? You're based in Pakistan, but you have, clients all over the world. So what is that like for you to do that? How is that able to run that business?
Actually, that's like that's just like being an octopus with a lot of legs. Every leg is doing a different thing. So that's more like that. Because of the time difference, so there are, when it's night, there is somewhere it's morning, somewhere it's evening, so you have to make it work as per the customer's requirement and customer's time. Secondly, I have really enjoyed working with people all across the globe. It's more like learning about different cultures, different societies, different countries, and what are their values, how they do things. So it's been a learning experience for me, and I'm enjoying it.
Oh, awesome. I know it's been a learning experience for me as well because before I started this podcast, I didn't really have connections with international, clients. Well, I'm calling you guys clients because I don't know another word. Like I don't know. The first time it happened to me, I was make speaking to someone online. It was, I think it was Facebook Messenger. She had reached out to me to be a part of the podcast. And I said to her, okay, I'll meet with you tomorrow at 10 a.m. I didn't put EST. I didn't even know to put EST. And she was in Australia.
Oh,
So she's hitting me up. I'm here 10 a.m. on Sunday, but 10 a.m. for her is Monday.
Monday,
So
yeah.
I'm like, where are you? I'm here. I'm waiting to do the meet and greet with her, like we did. And she's asleep. She didn't hit me up till the next. I saw the message the next day. She was like, "No, I thought you said it was 10 a.m. today." So then it was like a whole mess. And then yeah, it was crazy. But that was my first experience that I had to learn how to handle that. That's why I asked you that question because I know it's difficult when you're dealing with all of these different time zones. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, are there any unique challenges or advantages to being a digital entrepreneur in your region?
There are challenges and advantages as well, because everything has pros and cons. Same goes for this digital gig economy. Challenges are that because of being in a South Asian world, most of the times clients try to underpay us because we are living in low GDP income countries. So they say that that's enough in your country, that's enough in your country. I have been in the spot that where I second guess my rates, and I try to come down on my rates. But now, after having an experience and after learning that if they are going to hire someone from US or from UK, they are going to pay more, then they should be paying on the base of skills, not on the base of the passport or the country of citizenship. So that's one thing. Secondly, clients do hesitate because I'm a non-native English speaker, and clients do hesitate because I'm in the writing industry, and writing in is all about writing in English language. So they do hesitate that my writing might not be as good as some of the natives. But after working with me, many clients have shown that their thinking patterns have changed, that they now find that it's not essential to be native to write good.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yes, so these are some of the challenges. And I have faced racism as well in the online world, so that's another thing. I never knew that it's so much prevalent, but I got a taste of it in a few client interactions. So that's another challenge. But the beauty of this is that you get to meet so many awesome people across the world, so many entrepreneurs, so many passionate people who are doing amazing things. You get to work with them, you get to learn from them, and you get to know how they are managing things despite a lot of different challenges and a lot of limitations. So this gives you a lot of motivation, and you feel privileged at time that we are not in those situations in which they are operating.
Yeah,
So that's the beauty of this. And the other thing is that you many my, most of my clients turn into friends because we just vibe well, and we keep on talking and talking and talking. And if I haven't been in this digital world, I wouldn't have thought that I could make friends from US, from Sri Lanka, from New Zealand, from Australia. So these are the blessings of this digital economy.
Absolutely. And I agree with you so much because I feel like all these different interviews that I've had with people from France and Romania and Australia and now Pakistan, like I would have never been able to meet all these different individuals without the podcast. So it's just been such a blessing for me. Like when God downloaded this idea in my mind to pivot from talking with Coach Lin to now living purposely on purpose, I had no clue what was going to happen. And I'm so thankful and I feel so blessed to even meet you and everyone else that I've met. So absolutely, it's definitely a blessing. I think that your English is superb though. I know that you have an accent, but you speak amazing. Like I don't know what they're talking about. Like you sound great. You sound great to me.
Thank you. Thank you. I take it as a compliment. Yes, we Asians do have accent because we don't, it's not our first language. So we don't speak it at home. We don't speak it at office or in our daily life. So that's the accent is pretty natural because if you guys speak Urdu, you will have an accent. So that's what
Yeah,
happens with your second language or non-native languages. But yes, I love English language. I love English literature. I have been reading English literature for like past 30 years.
yeah.
So
So I also have an accent. I don't know, many people don't necessarily hear it all the time, but I'm Jamaican, so sometimes it will come
mhm.
out. And I've conditioned myself to try to speak more properly, more proper English versus the broken English of patois. But it comes out every now and then for me too, and that's why I say I think your English is great. You just have an accent. That doesn't mean that you don't know English. It just means that you have an accent.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
exactly. Thank
So
you.
finally, just wrapping up right now. So if you could give one piece of advice to someone looking to start an online business, what would it be?
It would be that be resilient, keep on trying. It's not like you will get success in your first shot. It's like uphill task. You have to start small. You have to keep putting in reps and keep putting in reps. Don't lose hope. Initially it's really really difficult to get success, but once you get your first success, you will know this, you will know the system, you will know how to do that again. So it's just rinse and repeat, and things will start working your way.
Whew, you hear that, guys? Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Mhm.
So, what's next for you? What's next for you? Any exciting projects that you're doing right now? Any goals that you're working on that you can share with us for this year, 2025?
Actually, I'm more on making some passive income streams using AI. So, as I told you, that I'm taking a course on AI, how to utilize AI for your businesses. So, during that course, we have to select a project and we have to work on project. So, I'm working on that personal project. I have been delaying it or putting it off for quite some time, but now I think it's the time to work on that. So for these 3 months, I have a goal that at least I should be able to establish my passive income streams in next 3 months using AI, so that I have to put minimal effort and I just have to use AI to create those products and then sell them online and create a regular income stream. So I'm excited to work on that. And I'm also working on AI automation systems. I plan to include those in my service stack for my clients. So these are the two things I'm really excited about.
Awesome. Okay. So if someone was listening and they wanted to get in touch with you, how can they learn more about your work?
They can reach me out on Facebook. I will share my Facebook link with you, or I'm available on Instagram as well and LinkedIn. Beside that, I have an email address that they can email me directly, and I will be there to respond to them.
Okay, great. Send me all of those links and I'll add them to the description on this podcast. So, you guys, if you're listening, just read the podcast description and you'll see all the information how to get in touch with Sarah and find her amazing work online and what she's doing. Sarah, you have been a pleasure. You have been so articulate, and you shared so much knowledge with us around content creation, how to build a business, how to do online marketing, all of these different things. I know that those listeners that are listening will be blessed from all the information that you shared. So I appreciate you so much. I'm not going to keep you any longer from those three amazing, beautiful children. Y'all, can I tell you, if you're listening to this on the audio, please go over to the YouTube channel, Coach Lin, and see Sara. She's beautiful, she's amazing, and she's so adorable. Can I tell you?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so nice of you. I'm flattered.
It's true. I told you this the first day I met you. I said, you are a gorgeous girl. And I
Thank
can't even believe your age. Don't even say it online because you're lying. You're absolutely lying. It's not true.
you. Oh, thank you. You have made my day. Now I can't sleep.
So, any final thoughts before you go?
Thank you, Lynn, for inviting me. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I would really like to give listeners a message that God has given this life you for a purpose. Find your purpose and strive hard to reach that purpose. Define your goal, and that's how you can make your life purposeful. That's it from my side.
So true. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much for saying that. And I will be in touch with you on the next time because we have to connect, me and you.
Yeah, we have to connect, and we
Yes.
have to keep on chatting regularly for coffee chats. I will be available.
Okay. I know our time zone is a little bit different, but we're going to make it work, even if it's during
Yeah,
the week, because I know Sundays is your family day. So we'll make it
yeah,
work. All
yeah,
right.
sure,
All right.
sure.
So have a good one,
Okay.
and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Whew, she's amazing. I tell you, I meet such awesome individuals from this podcast that come on and share their experience with us. And I'm always just so thankful that God aligned our paths to meet because I've just gained so much from these different people that have come across this, they just reach out to me. God has been blessing me with sharing with me and bringing in my sphere of influence these awesome individuals. So I hope that you guys gained a lot from this podcast around content creation and how living in purpose looks again. So, that's a wrap for today. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Living Purposely on Purpose. And I hope this conversation challenged and inspired you to keep walking in your God given purpose. If this episode blessed you, I want you to be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, purpose isn't something that you find, it's something that you live each and every single day. So keep pushing forward, keep trusting God, and I'll see you next week for another powerful episode. Have a great week, guys.